Hey guys, welcome back to Civilization 6 as Civ Peter. And now that the war has ended, we can kind of take a moment here and breathe and set up our different cities. I am thinking of maybe pursuing that other one that we were talking about, but it's going to be hard to say if I want to go north because it's all tundra. So what we may have to do is build a force and either take Kyoto, for example, and or Montezuma, one of the cities from Montezuma. But it's hard to say. But now while we have this breathing time, I wanted to mention, why I'm taking the strategy that I am. And that is because, for the most part, playing in the other games, production seems to be one of those aspects that is kind of hard to generate in the game, at least in the early game, as well as housing is the other part that can be kind of difficult. So, all right, so we have our trade route. What I'm going to do is see which of our cities has the least amount of production. Okay, so it looks like it's Salmisk here. So we're going to send this trade route there. And this way we can start pumping some production and getting some roads built. So we're going to swing over here. Another thing we need to do too is we need to explore the map. Now, like I said, we're going to be focusing kind of on a culture victory. So exploring everything isn't going to be as critical as, say, if we were going for a religious victory. Because if we were going for a religious victory, we would need to be getting our religion going super early. So if you guys are thinking about going with a religious victory, that's something you're going to want to focus on super early. But with a more of a culture victory, we don't have to worry too much about it. But we will need some of these culture buildings to be able to house both writers and artists and such. So we're going to go with medieval here, and that's going to provide us 385 culture. Next, let's see, production. And we'll go ahead and, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get another builder. Let's get some builders going. May even get a scout after this builder here in St. Pete. But it's so important to get your production going in the early game. And like I said, having walls is a big payoff later, should you have to go to war in the later times or later eras of the game. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and work the stone. Yeah, see, housing is just another one of those constant battles that you have to deal with. And then we're going to send this to St. Pete, which is going to give the city one whole entire production, but we'll get some food. And that'll give us a road as well. So let's go ahead and get... See, I would go for a watermill for the production or even a shrine, but let's go ahead and get another scout. It's only one turn. And that way we can just explore a little more of the map. See if we can't get Mohenjo-Daro back as a suzerain. Alright, we're just going to post him up here. We can actually upgrade him to a knight. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Well, let's upgrade him. Maybe upgrade some of these others when we get a little bit more gold, which is something else we're going to need to work on. I'm probably going to make a... some more districts to help out our gold. So he says we have an impressive military while others say we do not. So always interesting. All right, here's our scout. And our knight. We're going to keep him here. He can move some... Yeah, it's pretty decent range, so we'll just keep him here. But we will maybe start building up a force here soon and think about taking one of these cities. We could go for the Great Library. What do we have here? Let's see. If you want to see like what you have in your city, because it can be a little challenging trying to navigate some of the UI here in the game. But if you want to know what you already have in your city as far as buildings and such, just click on your city, and then here on your city details, and it'll outline, what you've made, what you have, which is very convenient. Also, your religion, because right now I'm currently in a game where I'm playing Gandhi, and I'm going for a religious victory. So having these little additional details helps you know what's going on in the game. And I'm still kind of learning the UI as well, and who knows, some things may change in the game after the next patch. But Commercial Hub is another thing that's kind of important in the game, because money is probably another aspect of it that... And see, we can go ahead and take advantage of these tundra trials. So let's do that. Although, and being next to a river is good, because if we were to build Big Ben, it does require a commercial district, and Big Ben has to be made next to a river. And let's get our scout going and explore a little down here. We have open borders with the U.S., so we can take advantage of that and explore the rest of our continent here. And we're going to get this builder. Let's take a look. As I mentioned in the other game, it is kind of nice to just manage your own units. Probably going to need some food, which is probably obvious. Trying to find the best food tile and combination. We'll go here and get a lumber mill and food. And he'll get a builder here soon, so we'll start working some of the resources over there. We've got 10 more turns until we get our industrial zone here. I don't necessarily want an industrial zone in every city, but it doesn't hurt to have them. And housing, again, is just one of those things. It's just a constant issue, because you're limited to what you can actually build, unless you want to go with aqueducts like we're doing here in some of your cities.
Doing what you can.
So we have pikemen. And we'll go ahead and turn that into a lumber mill. Make sure our guy's working it. And we could remove the swamp for some additional food. And let's see, tech. Mathematics. Oh, okay, let's see. We'll go ahead and go with military engineering. Of course, education is nice too, but we have a boost to it. I don't think we'll get it. Let's see when we'll get our next scientist and maybe earn a boost towards that. Engineer. Yeah, we're a ways off from scientist. We'll start working some buildings that will give us some more points. Hello, Germany. Joint war with whom? With Frederick. Well, this would work out kind of conveniently. Why don't we take this offer? And maybe this will be our opportunity to go ahead and just take out Germany.
No man is above the law.
Yeah.
It behooves you to remember that.
So Roosevelt's not happy about it because we're on his continent and we're fighting a war. But that's okay. This had to be done anyway. So obviously you guys are being treated to a great deal of fighting in this game. I was hoping that maybe we could have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the game, but we will just keep marching forward with this and just keep fighting it out, because this is another aspect of the game that you'll learn as well. So we'll just fight. Really looking forward to it becoming winter, because it is super hot in the studio. That's why some of these games are only 20 minutes long, being around all this equipment that I have here. And I could get a windshield for the mic now that I think about it, and that way I could probably run a fan, but the only problem there is the fan would actually make a lot of noise. Let's see, let's get Sun Tzu over here. And bring in our knights. And we're going to leave these guys here in case Montezuma decides that he wants to take advantage of our situation. Where is Pericles? He's down here. I hope that rascal didn't get us into a war where he's not going to do any of the work, which would not surprise me one bit. Ike. Okay, he's just going to denounce us. That's fine. Wow. So now you guys know, if you're in a game with Germany or Montezuma, Get your troops ready. Now you see why I wanted the walls? And so now we're being... Now see, here's the other thing I think could possibly use an adjustment, and that is war. I mean, Civ 5 was kind of brutal when it came to going to war because... Now see here, now you're going to see how awesome these walls are. Check this out. As soon as I get it to work. Okay, so why aren't you working? Seriously? And we'll go ahead and get our industrial zone going. Do we have any kind of... I'm actually going to put it right here because I'm going to turn this into a sawmill. We don't have anything that it could benefit from. You know, we don't have any quarries and we don't have any stone. And I don't want to put it next to the mountain. So let's... I want to do a commercial district here next to a harbor. We're going to go ahead and put it here. Go ahead and take this guy, possibly take this guy out. I don't know why we couldn't shoot with the city, but we'll figure that out here in a moment. Really impressed with those crossbowmen for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and just post him up for the moment. And oh, it's asking me if you want to... Okay, this is our builder. Wow, builder. Okay, let's go work the crabs. That's interesting. We're not at war with Namadal, are we? No. Oh, we are. Oh boy. Okay. So we're at war with Namadal. So the builder cannot enter that tile. Interesting. But why can we not fire on this guy? Do I need to take the builder out of the city? Really? Wait a minute. I don't understand this at all. This does not make any sense. Why can we not fire on this unit? What am I not seeing here, guys? Did we skip a turn? Unit needs orders. Okay. Well, alright. Post up. Wow, that's really strange. Boost towards military science. Let's go ahead and remove this for the food, which will give us a huge food boost. And then that tile will become far more useful to us. Yeah, that's really strange. I don't get it. And I'm not crazy about moving the builder. Well, let's move him here with this unit. Oh, he's out of moves. Wow, this is really... I don't get it. I could not fire, so there went a waste of a turn. Wait a minute. What do we have here? The scout. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Need to be careful not to lose Sun Tzu here. But that doesn't make sense. He's right here. Why can we not shoot him? There it goes. But that's, to me, is so incredibly powerful. Alright. Let's not get too crazy with Sun Tzu here, so we're going to just kind of back him up for a minute. And take more of a defensive posture. Heal up. Bring these guys down. Let him go for the horsemen. We'll go ahead and take the shot here, since he's the weaker unit. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to... Well, he can still shoot, but now we're probably going to get attacked by this heavy chariot, but the archer crossbowman should do fine. Next turn. Well, do we want to farm? Let's see. We could do production and food on the next turn. Still getting used to that. That whole, the new movement system. But it's funny how you can chase down a unit and they just kind of hide. Like, for example, if you go after a scout or something, a barbarian scout. He'll hide in woods and just frustrate you to no end by utilizing the terrain, which is smart on his part. And we haven't really experimented a lot with war weariness, but we do get war weariness in the city, which is one of the reasons why you want amenity. I haven't really looked into war weariness or to see where it is. I'm not even sure if it's a factor this early in the game, but war weariness is something that is in the game and will affect your cities, just like amenities, which is equivalent to unhappiness for Civ 5 players. 32 for the industrial zone. So we're going to need our builder to start giving us some production capabilities here. So let's... I know I worked on that. Let's lock down the food here. I want to lock down that because it was 3 food. So we're going to go for the stone. So let's send him that way, and then probably the sheep next. All right, and we're just going to let him come to us. Post up. Oh, let's get a promotion on this guy. Yes, versus units in the district, because that's where we are. Right, can't move him after an upgrade. Production. Yeah, so it looks like I'm too far for the harbor. That was a boneheaded move on my part. I was distracted by the war and wanted to get that city down ASAP and just needed to move one more space and we would have been fine. So heads up. Situational awareness. 32 for an industrial zone. It's got to be done though. It really has to be done. And let's get it next to the mine, of course, and we'll do it on this tundra tile here. Oh, that's actually not a tundra tile. We'll do it here anyway because it's next to the mine. That'll give us the additional bonuses. This unit, and so my horseman, or this is a knight, so let's go ahead and kind of move him this way. Oh, he can actually take out this chariot, perhaps. And he should be able to withstand any attack from these guys. Yeah, he's fine. And where's the U.S. going with that builder? Next turn. Wow, I would have never anticipated that we would be dealing with this on Prince, but Prince difficulty is essentially the median difficulty for the game. If you're a brand new player, you might not want to go with it because as you can see, if you're just getting started and you're not familiar with combat, you might get taken over or you might panic and not be sure how to handle the troops or have the patience. Listen to me, critiquing you guys. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make that lumber mill. But nonetheless, if you are just getting started, you may want to consider maybe an easier difficulty just to get a feel for the game if you're not familiar with it. I'm not sure I want to leave my archer right there. We're going to take this shot. But it can be very intimidating if you're a new player and you're playing Civ for the first time and all of a sudden one of these Civs comes after you. It can be very intimidating. And he's going to get an upgrade, but we'll focus on that next time. But I'm going to need to make a battering ram probably here in Tula. We will need that to breach his walls, which is another unit in the game that is new that you need as opposed to just bombarding a city from range. And we'll just post him up right here. Okay, that'll be the next turn. Housing, yeah. Man, these guys are not letting us breathe. If it's not Montezuma, it's Freddy. Post up as well, because we're going to need that battering ram. There's no point even entertaining the thought of going towards his city. Wow. The U.S. got a lot of units over here. No. He can't... Oh, was that a... Am I out of turns already? Invisible unit, apparently. Okay. This game is being very strange. Okay, well, Are we stuck? Can I go anywhere? No, they've got me. Well, I'll have to go backwards. They have me stuck there. All right, let's take a look. And could work the other incense for the, well, we got great amenities. The good thing about this game in particular is that we've got good amenities, which is always a benefit. So we'll go ahead and just work this other incense, because we'll get our religion. We'll work this one more specifically. It's closer, right? I mean, why waste that whole movement? All right, and Guy was gonna go. We'll take him to the sheep. Post him up, and I'm posting him back inside the boundaries, of course, because we get the additional heal. We're gonna lock that down, and then we'll work it. And war can be very distracting too. You're trying to build your city, and you're just getting pummeled. Do we want to give up? Yeah, because we're going to get another instant here in a minute. And I'll take the gypsum since we don't have any. And another thing too, I think that we're going to see adjustments to, is that you can exploit some of the AIs when it comes to gold per turn and such.
Is not gold.
Let's just take a quick look at our policies here. Now, we might have to give up. I don't want to entirely give up the 2 gold. That might not be a good idea. And I don't want to give up production either for this additional housing. I think we're just going to tough through the whole housing deal for right now. And yeah, we definitely want the production in all cities. Unit maintenance costs, yes, because we got a lot of units. I think we're just going to stick with what we got for right now. Move him over here. I don't see anything coming from Nan Madal that's even remotely threatening, unless we want to just send our archer over here and have him pelt the boats, but that's not going to be necessary. All right, guys. Well, I was hoping we could get more into the game as far as districts and other little nuances, but with these wars that keep waging, we have to focus on fighting those. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for the DMs and PMs. I appreciate you guys asking me all the questions. I hope that I am able to answer them as best that I can. And those who are enjoying the game, I'm glad to hear from you as well. So we will see you in the next game.